Previously on Dock of Shame.
Who here has a hankering for a good old-fashioned treasure hunt?
Oh my.
For those who don't know, he actually transforms into like a giant Godzilla monster.
That is a plot point for a character in one of the later seasons.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this show is like, it leans heavy on toilet humor.
I see you've never heard of high-class humor.
Yeah.
No, you can't park there. That's the nighttime dock. Please proceed to the daytime dock.
Welcome, campers, to the Dock of Shame podcast. My name is Matt, and joined with me are...
My name is Chris, and I'm a jump man.
I'm sorry, you're a what?
I'm a jump man. I jump.
When's the last time you've jumped?
Wow. Is that because I'm fat, Matt?
No!
No, I mean,
It's a legitimate question. When is the last time that you have jumped?
I don't know. It's probably been a good while. I've probably skipped. I don't know if I've just jumped in place before.
Oh my god, when's the last time I've skipped? Like, I'm not even thinking like you take like a leap for something. Like, you genuinely just jumped.
Yeah.
Wow. I genuinely don't know.
I mean, it's just that I've jumped many times in video games. So
There you go.
My name is
that's why I'm the
Welsh,
jump
and
man.
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
My name is Gabe, and...
Perfect. Excellent.
Okay, hi, I'm Rob, and I'm head cheerleader, part-time, mother and model.
Welcome, our second ever guest on the Dock of Shame podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
The guests are just piling in.
Yeah, getting so many of them. Would you
this one's
like
a guest
start...
one. The last one was a crossover.
Oh yeah, this is true guest here.
Yeah.
Non-TCP affiliated. Rob, would you like to tell us about your familiarization with the Total Drama series?
Oh god, I was a huge fan of the Total Drama series when I was younger. I watched it when it premiered. I was kind of like a super big fan. Like, I was into the theories, like the YouTube side of it. Like, before fan accounts, YouTube was basically like the OG fan account. Where, like, people would just, like, share theories, basically, like, leak things from Canada.
Yeah.
If they were, like, smart. Or, just, like, a place where people shared terrible, terrible OCs. And by OCs, like, it's not, like, hand-drawn. It's literally, like, the character posters.
It's recolors.
Recolored with
Yep.
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
Yep.
You are well aware of Lashana Ball OC, yes, Robert?
Oh, yeah, that's all over TikTok.
Okay,
That's
cool,
the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no, we stand Lashana Ball over here.
Yeah.
Lashana Ball?
Yeah.
Lashana Prism.
Lashana Dectohedron.
When Lashana Ball shows up on Total Dramarama, y'all know we made it.
Yeah. It'll get there. It'll get there eventually.
You'll get there.
I considering the writing 1,000.
Season 3 is coming soon, y'all.
It sure is. We need more.
We need more.
We need more for this podcast. All right, let's get into the episode, shall we?
Yes.
So I did note this is the first time that Chris says previously on in his recap, rather than last time on, which is just something to note.
So
You'd think they just used the same audio.
You'd think.
Yeah, just full disclosure, we do have a document that we work off of for this podcast, and you wrote down previously that I usually skip the intros. I trust you guys to kind of get the most out of the intros. But I swear I thought he was being really weird. He said previously this time on teledrama
This time on
because it's because across the top of the document it says
Yes.
he says previously this time.
Yeah. This time, like, this in this instance.
In this instance, he says previously. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I get it now.
Also, in the recap, Chris compliments his performance as a pirate. And then they show Duncan jumping through the hoop. That footage is reversed from what it was in the last episode.
Oh my
He
god.
jumps to the left in the actual episode, and in the recap, he jumps to the right.
Is it like a mirrored type thing, or is
it's
or is it literally like rewound?
Mirrored is the right word, not reversed.
Okay.
Yeah, which was funny.
Yeah.
And then he mentions that Heather had immunity or invincibility for the umpteenth time in a row.
Yeah, I had that listed down.
This was the first time.
Yeah, no, that like they've. And I think it just feels like that because that her tribe should have voted her out many times over, but they still have it for whatever reason. And this is the only time where she actually was immune from it.
Absolutely. And Chris mentions that this is going to be the most shocking episode yet. Getting different in our vocabulary, Chris.
Again, it's debatable.
What?
Oh, it's debatable. The most
debatable.
shocking episode yet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is we'll get to it, but it's kind of tipped off beforehand, so it's not really shocking.
Right.
Like, I feel like, yes, there's shocking things that happen in this episode, but it sets, like, the domino effect to what's to come.
Yeah.
Totally.
Nah, yeah, they play with our emotions constantly, this show.
We start out with Lindsay and Heather, who are sitting on the stairs together, and Lindsay is so happy that there was grape soda in Heather's basket, and that Heather was sharing it with her. Because this was, like, the one thing that Lindsay had been craving, something sweet like this.
Oh, wait a minute. I also wanted to... Sorry, I should have been more on top of my game, but during the recap, Chris drops, who will lose their cool, who will lose their lunch?
That doesn't happen.
No one loses their lunch.
That's not a thing that happens in this
That's the second
episode.
episode in a row.
No, it is like they're making these up on the spot, and like it has nothing to do with anything.
It's like Chris records this before the challenge happens.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's like, well, someone might barf, so I'm going to say this.
Yeah. It tends to happen a lot on the show.
Yeah. Apparently, in addition to pumping sewage onto her in the past episode, Lashana also shredded a lot of Heather's clothes, and Heather's going through them trying to fix them.
That initially confused me a bit because I was like, "What? Yeah. That was not what she did last episode." But I guess just Lashana's just on a rampage, which is great.
Totally, love Lashana. And Lindsay points out, well, you did steal Gwen's boyfriend, which yes, you did. Heather tells her to shut up, and then takes the bottle that Lindsay was drinking, takes one sip, and throws it because she hates the taste of it. Despite that being the one thing that Lindsay really wanted.
I don't know if this bothered anyone, but, like, I was noticing it. The bottle never gets empty. Like, if you notice, like, as soon as, like, okay, so you assume that Lindsay has taken a sip, Heather has taken a sip. The bottle is still full if you look at it.
Yeah.
Right when Heather throws it.
They're just suckling on it, getting some backwash in there, you know.
Lindsay mentions in a confessional that despite all the bad things that Heather does to her, she's still her friend, because that's just what friends do. And then cut to Heather's confessional. Who cares about friends? Some people are shepherds and some are sheep, and Lindsay's a sheep. And then we go back to Lindsay and says, I think she really respects me in my strategic gameplay. Back to Heather, I'm just going to dump Lindsay when I don't need her anymore. Which is totally their dynamic at this point in the game.
I wonder if it's foreshadowing!
Nah. Not possible.
Ooh.
Not possible. We get a quick scene of Lashana who wants to try to cheer up Gwen, and they just mention that they want to get revenge. Which they've already kind of been doing, Lashana at least. And I don't think this specifically comes up in the episode, but we'll move on from that. So today's challenge is hide and seek, and the person seeking is Chef. Thanks to Chef's military background and an advanced degree in manhunting, Chef is the perfect person for this.
I've always wondered what degrees they gave out at military school.
So,
Manhunting is one
what
of
it,
them.
do you guys? I think I've heard more ridiculous, but what are some of the most like ridiculous college degree options you've ever heard of
That actually exist?
that actually exist?
Okay.
I mean, a degree in manhunting is pretty good.
I don't have a good one, but I remember you telling me about one before, Walsh.
I remember I had a friend who was looking into, I think it was like the university in Florida, and they had you get a bachelor's in citrus.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
Which my brain always just goes back to, I wish I had a bachelor's in citrus, and I wish I also had an advanced degree in manhunting.
I know the one that people always say to make fun of liberal arts majors is underwater basket weaving.
Yes.
Matt, it's happening again.
I know. I need to get a new phone.
That's 2 nanos now. That's 2
nanos now.
That's 2 nanos they have to deal with.
It's a litter.
No, between episodes, I now have like 5.
Oh, fuck.
My phone keeps
Rob,
giving birth to smaller phones.
We established in the last episodes that that's what happens whenever Matt's phone makes that noise.
My hands are full of tiny iPod Nanos.
You gotta
Nobody uses iPod Nanos anymore.
You just gotta take care of them and use that little like weird directional thing to flip through their different songs from 2005.
Some good old Black Eyed Peas.
Hell yeah.
Depends on the album.
It fluctuates.
Yep, each iPod Nano has a different Black Eyed Peas album from each era.
Every iPod Nano is personalized.
Yeah.
Do you want early funky Black Eyed Peas or techno?
But no matter what, every iPod has that one YouTube album we all had to download that one year. Whatever that was.
Yeah.
I just need to admit something.
Yes.
Back in middle school, I took the time out of my day to buy Gangnam Style from the App Store.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't judge you in one bit.
That's incredible.
No, I don't judge that one bit.
Yeah.
I do not.
I did too.
Yeah, no, you're
God,
good.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you're not alone in this.
No, you want a different confession? When I first got my iPod Touch, the first music that I ever put onto it was Minecraft parody music.
Yes, same.
Like
Same.
Captain Sparkles, like
1000%. Yes. Yes.
Now we're going back. Oh, wait, no, how does it go again?
We've been back in the mine, going to swinging pick at side to side, side to
oh,
side.
man.
Okay, we're probably gonna get copyright stricken though.
Yeah, we're gonna stop that now.
Captain Sparkles, please don't sue us. Thank you.
Captain Sparkles, please sue us.
What? No!
Sue me, daddy.
No.
Chris, no,
Just for the attention.
Just for the publicity, Captain Sparkles. I'll see you
Chef's
in court.
water gun.
Chef's water gun.
Chef's water gun has a laser sight on it, which is pretty neat. And Duncan, being Duncan, decides to taunt him about it. And I really wanted Chef to blast Duncan here, but instead he decides to blast Chris halfway across the island.
Yeah, it's
When
fun.
Chris mentions to test it.
See, there's one detail that I loved. He was still standing.
Yes.
But he's like 200 feet away.
Yeah. So, in this challenge, you have 3 options in order to win. You either have to just not get discovered at all. If Chef finds you, then you have to run to home base. And then, if you get caught, you have to help Chef find the others. And if you do find someone, then you get invincibility. If you do any of those things, you get invincibility for this challenge. Now, let me ask you all right now. If you are playing this, if you are in this game, and this is the challenge, what is your strategy?
I feel like it's to I think I would enjoy being the seeker a lot more, so I probably would get caught right away.
You get caught right away, and then you look for other people.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's so easy.
To me, that's my strategy. I might also see like we have a really good hiding spot that you feel like, all right, let me hide for a little while, and then while the coast is clear, run to the home base.
Yeah, no, my strategy would definitely have been to just hide as close as I could to the home base with a hiding spot that I thought at least would be decent. But yeah.
Yeah, to me that makes sense. That both of those I feel like work out.
We see a couple of those play out. When Chris asks if there's any questions, Lindsay goes, and then Chris yells, go, and everyone bolts, and then Lindsay's left alone, and she just screams and starts running.
Literally me when any kind of minor inconvenience happens.
Literally.
Matt!
Oh my God.
Walsh!
Alright, I'm just turning my phone off. I'm sorry.
Is that like the how many albums does Black Eyed Peas have? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Maybe you just have to wait for that moment when the last Black Eyed Peas album gets printed.
It's probably Fergie's solo album right now, or will.i.am's like solo album.
Oh, I see.
Whichever.
Fergalicious definition.
Did you know that will.i.am's name is a URL?
What?
That makes sense.
If you type in his name, you will go to his website because it has the dots in between will.i.am.
God.
I mean,
Someone stop will.i.am.
you can't. So that's you know what? That's such a fucking play because people would just be like, I need to Google will.i.am, and instead of actually going to the Google of will.i.am,
that's
you're going
how
to the
I found
website.
out that his name is URL.
That
I
is
tried to do that exact thing.
that's a great play. That's not that I bet you half of his fucking money is from people accidentally doing that.
When I realized that Flo Rida's name was Florida.
Lindsay is hiding under her covers, and Chris goes to check on her. And he's like, you could make that a little less obvious. And she's like, nuh-uh, this isn't even my bunk. So Chris is just like, hey, chef, she's right here. And then Lindsay starts running again. Lashana, her hiding spot, she goes in the water and has I wrote a reed. It's not really a reed, but it's like a little straw thing that she can breathe through, and is just hiding under the water. And her ability to stay in that exact position under the water like that, well done.
God, that's some cartoon shit, and I love it.
Yeah. Cartoons can't get pruny, so.
Right.
Also, that's just like big brain mentality right there.
Definitely.
Because you know where she is? Right next to home base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris heads to the toilet where Lindsay is hiding again. They do a knock-knock game. I don't know why I said game. Knock-knock joke. Knock-knock, who's there? The entire viewing world. The entire viewing world, who? And then she starts running again. And Chris says to the camera, my guess, she's a goner.
At this moment, I realize that I'm completely Lindsay. Like, I do not have a strategy for this game at all.
For just hide and seek or total drama in general?
Oh, no, just for hide and seek. Especially, like, in a big camp, like...
Yeah. Owen is then walking into a cave very slowly. And then Duncan shows up and drags him in, and all the guys are there. Duncan points out the fact that, hey, there are 6 chicks on the island and only 4 dudes. I say chicks just because that's the phrasing that Duncan used. And Jeff says, nice odds.
I hate every one of them.
I don't know if it's that means, like, to get a date, or if Jeff is just an idiot, but...
No, it's that's I think that's what I think the first is what is I think both can be true.
Both
honestly.
can be true. But Duncan notices sooner or later the girls are going to notice and start picking the guys off. And DJ mentions, "Oh, I don't know about that. They're not getting along very well." And we get a flashback of Heather turning on the hot water to hurt Gwen in the shower, and then Lashana just slaps her to the ground. Just instantly.
Right, and then it breaks out into an all-out brawl that DJ and Owen overhear.
God, that was
and
so
then
funny.
it gets really, like, violent inside.
Yes.
So they go back to the guys, and Jeff's a little uneasy about joining the guys' alliance because he uses the phrase that he and Bridget hooked up. Which, I don't know if that means something different in Canada, but I mean, probably kissed.
I'm gonna say because it is a kids show that they're gonna imply it's kissing, but you know.
Yes, you know.
Yeah,
I
mean, I didn't even think of that, honestly.
Yeah.
I just assumed that, they made out and that he likes her.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Duncan is adamant about the fact that he says that the women will stick together, and Jeff's still like, well, yeah, but... and Owen himself is unsure about joining it, so Duncan starts dangling him off of a cliff until he says yes, and then lets him go because the cliff is only like 6 feet.
God, that was funny.
And then Owen makes the comment, "Man, Juvie really made you a scary dude." The guys' alliance is officially formed. Jeff is still unsure, but he joins anyway. And then Owen goes, "Oh, a dude's alliance. It's so manly. Come here." And then he kisses Duncan and DJ on the cheeks.
Owen in his prime.
This is the Owen turnaround arc, I think. This is when
Yes.
Owen's character gets better. Yep.
And then he hits himself on the head like, "Oops, wrong social cue."
No, it's the perfect social cue.
That was
again just the queer panic that Owen exhibits every single time this season. Just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
I 100% agree.
my favorite is that he just smacks himself for it, and then none of them react. Like, they just continue on.
What else is there to say?
Also, just like, this is like another odd thing that, like, I don't know why, like, I noticed this. So, they hang off Owen off the cliff. Then, instead of, like, you know, doing the agreement there, they go back into the cave.
They do.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That now. Yeah. That's like they have to meet there. They have to do it in private, not in front of in front of the nature.
Exactly.
Which is kind of ironic because this alliance isn't made secret.
Not
that
really.
Also true. Yeah. And then Duncan says to the other guys, "Hey, clear out. I found this place first," which fair. I would do the same in an individual competition. Plus, if they're all in the same spot, if Chef finds them, they're all kind of fucked.
Yep.
We cut to Chef, and Izzy is in the background miming exactly what he's doing, and whenever he turns to look at her, she dives into the bush.
Such a great character, man.
It's amazing.
God, Izzy, this whole episode is amazing, and I will go off as it goes on.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Like, I remember texting Walsh about coming onto this episode, and he said this one, and I immediately said, this is my favorite, all because of Izzy. Like, Izzy makes this episode.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that was just coincidentally this one.
Like, the chaos, the big brain energy.
Yes.
Izzy is a legend.
Yeah.
And should be studied.
She needs to be studied by scientists.
Like,
Love it.
if there's a college course about just Izzy's mannerisms throughout the entire series, I'd go back to school and take it.
Hell yeah.
Worth the 3 credits and maybe like $10,000.
Exactly.
Quick shot of Jeff, who's just in a very unstable tree. Quick shot of Gwen, who hides underneath some grass.
How the fuck did that happen?
How does she make that
yeah.
so easy?
Yeah. Like, that's a fascinating element of it.
Yeah.
To me.
And then a squirrel gets by and she just punches it. More shots of Izzy following Chef, and then DJ climbs up on the roof of the mess hall, and Owen climbs up on the other side. And as they're doing that, Heather sneaks inside, and Lindsay notices it as she's hiding behind a tree. And what I love is that when Lindsay is running inside, her arms are still in the pose that they were when she was on the tree.
That, and I love that Lindsay's just like such like an innocent puppy dog almost. Like, she doesn't realize how shitty her owner is. She just loves her so much, and just wants to be with her no matter what. And even though Heather's just again a shitty human being, doesn't care about anything Lindsay does.
Yep. Bridget is trying to find a place to hide, and she gets her leg caught on the string that is tying the campfire lights.
Oh, honey.
And I don't know how she doesn't feel it or anything.
Exactly. Like, she doesn't notice that it's caught in her legs. She doesn't notice that it's dragging. Like,
Complete
this is her
obliviousness.
downfall.
Maybe this is why she and Jeff are perfect for each other.
Yeah. Kind of gets to that point, huh?
Yeah. Oh, where were we? Oh, Lindsay finds Heather under the table and says like, "Oh my God, we were just like so destined to hide together," and scaring Heather and making Heather hit her head, which haha. And Heather yells at her for this hiding place, and Lindsay's very sad. Bridget is pulling the lights with her, and Chris just looks at the camera and goes, "I love this show." Cut back to the mess hall, and Chef finds Lindsay and Heather there and just starts laughing evilly.
Wait. Somewhere in there was another 3D shot.
Another 3D shot!
Another 3D shot.
Yeah, so what happens is that he laughs, it cuts to commercial, and then it comes back on the 3D shot, and then he laughs again. It's the same shot of him laughing, and of Lindsay and Heather being scared.
Yep.
It's very alarming when that happens without watching commercials, because it's just the same shot over and over again.
Heather pushes Lindsay into Chef to try to get away. And they both run for the home base, and he gets them with water before they can. And LaShawna's still there, still underwater, doing great. Chef is going back to the mess hall looking for more, and then Izzy's on the ceiling, and she sneezes. And then she's like, I guess you heard that. And she then starts one of my favorite just scenes in the entire show up to this point. She jumps onto Chef, kind of like knocking him around, somersaults through the air off of him, and he looks at her, and he drops his gun, and they fisticuffs.
Just well, I do you want us to describe the fight first? I'll give my comments after the fight.
Yeah, sure. So we kind of get this shot where they both kind of go. There's a cinematic like black bars come more on the screen, and then they just start fucking punching each other. Chef gets a shot on Izzy where he pushes her back, and then Izzy eggs him on, doing the hand wave like "come here." She and then as they're fighting, she dodges a punch, kicks him in the fucking face, and then runs out the door.
Okay.
I just want to say, I'll go ahead, Walsh. You can go first.
I want to talk about this whole sequence.
Yeah, go
Please
for
do.
it.
This was I wrote down Kill Bill meets Dragon Ball of just like this like one-on-one matchup, and it's so funny because you think of like a lot of cartoons and how like most cartoon characters are treated like, like normal human beings with normal like, feats. But then there are like some that are just like shown to just be more powerful entities. And at some point I would love to do like a power tier list, the kind you do for like anime characters, but just with like total drama characters. Like if they were to go one-on-one, who would win? And I was like, oh my God, like Izzy and Chef are definitely near the top. And I was like, they're S tier. If not, I was thinking like Izzy is S tier while Chef is like A tier. And it is like, because on a one-on-one, I think Izzy has it, but Izzy is at a
incredible.
disadvantage
It's great.
already to start.
Yeah.
My God,
But
this whole
as,
thing,
as she runs
the way that
towards-
like. Yeah, or even the way that they're just blow for blow the same way anime characters will just endlessly punch and block each other. God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's great.
I just
my
want
arms like an idiot.
I just wanted to note too, we do have for those who follow Virtual Ball Boys in any way, we do have a football league that we are running right now of video game characters. We are looking into potentially branching out into other media in the future sense, maybe doing cartoon characters. How many of you would draft Izzy number 1 overall?
I would.
I would definitely fight for Izzy.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious. Just wanted to throw it out there.
So Izzy make chase
That's
towards Doc, and Izzy he runs after her, and she slides to avoid the water, and it's great, and the water goes over her, but there's too much water. 7.8 out of 10. She just goes into the lake, doesn't get home base, is not safe, and she sees Lashana under there, and Lashana's like, "Hey, is he up there?" And she nods, but doesn't rat her out because Izzy's cool.
Izzy's the best. Well, second best.
2 queens maximizing their joint slay. That is that scene right there.
Love it.
Are we going to do a power ranking of the characters to cast?
I think we should. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that at the end.
Yeah, just curious.
Yeah. All right. We then cut to Bridget. She's near a family of skunks, and she's like, "It's okay. Don't spray me." And as she's pulling on her leg, she pulls the cord. The post falls, hits a barrel. The barrel comes down hard on the ground, spooks the skunks, and then she is stinky. Chef shows up and is like, I don't have to spray you. And then she's like, "No, please spray me." And despite being as wet as she is, still really stinks.
Yeah, what did she think that was gonna prove? Like that
Trying to wash
water.
her?
Yeah, that water was just gonna get rid of the stink. That's not how anything works.
No,
that's
it's not.
It's not. That's
No,
water's.
It
not
takes
like
tomato sauce.
right.
God, I
If
was at the. I was at
2000s movies have taught me anything,
Okay, one, that shit barely works. My dog has gotten skunked more times than I can fucking count. The thing we do the most is like some sort of baking soda and dog shampoo thing combination, and then we get ammonia to pour where the skunks would be to get them the fuck out of there. So I was in line getting that shit at Walgreens, and I was just like, "Yeah, my dog's been getting skunked," and the person behind me was just like, "Oh, you got to use tomato juice." Okay, go find the tomato juice in the Walgreens.
It's actually tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
Yeah.
actually,
thought it was
it's
tomato
actually
juice.
just ketchup.
It's just ketchup. Pour ketchup on your dog to get rid of the
It's
skunk smell.
actually tomato puree.
Ooh.
Or as the British say, tomato.
God, Discord just cut out as
Tomato.
Chris started laughing, so all I heard was "Ah!" Like he just fucking up and out of existence.
Then we cut to DJ on the roof, and he sees a bird land there. And then he's like, "Oh, hey, little birdie," or like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" Something like that, talking to it. And Owen looks up and thinks that the bird is talking to him. And so they both go up and see each other. They argue about whose hiding place it really is. And then they both stand up, and because they're both larger men, they fall through the roof. And Owen shouts, "Oh, I landed on my keys!"
It's so stupid, but I thought.
Why does he have
got me.
keys?
I don't know.
He doesn't need keys for anything right now.
It's for his car, man. These are car keys.
Don't they have
He's not
lockers?
a fucking reality show.
Yeah, he needs car keys, man.
It's his
I don't think
keys.
he does.
But he does, because he has a car.
But he's on a Gabe.
It could
You
be
can own a car and keep your car keys with you.
I'm not going to try to argue this anymore.
There could be a camp locker.
Maybe. Although they have, like, cabins with things that they've kind of just kept out.
Maybe he has a lock on his luggage.
Again, not going to try to argue this. So they come out of the they come out of the mess hall, and Heather sees them, and she's like, "Ha, you guys are going to be busted. We found you." And then Lindsay comes up with the idea, "Hey, let me bust one of them, so each of us can get invincibility." And Heather shuts her down and yells at her to find her own. Heather doesn't get anything out of this, having 2 instead of 1. It's just a way to control Lindsay. We cut over to Lindsay. I wrote Lizzie. To Izzy and Bridget, who are following Chef because they've both been found. Heather gets invincibility since she found Owen and DJ. Brought them back to him to bust them. And now Chef is just kind of doing cleanup because he kicks the tree that Jeff is in. Jeff falls to the ground, and then Chef licks the ground right next to a green Duncan hair, and is able to find Duncan. And then Owen and Gwen start talking. And unprompted, Owen just goes, "It's not like the guys are forming a guys' alliance or anything." Okay, there is one, but I'm not a part of it. Okay, you broke me. They have one, and I'm a part of it. Are you happy now? You broke me. So that will come into play later. Chef is hoisting Duncan out of the cave, and is like, "Well, that should be everyone." And it was like, "Hey, where's Lashana?" And Chef's like, "Lashana, but I searched everywhere." The water. And we get a shot of the entire group running to the dock, and Lashana's just there on the home base. She's safe. Chef is impressed by her, because of course he should be. And everyone just kind of cheers. And then Chris comes and is like, "All right, challenge over. Time to decide who you should vote off."
Can I just say, like, this just solidifies to me that Lashana is the greatest Total Drama Island player. Like, that she's constantly so dominant about
She has
things.
been dominating so hard.
That in these challenges, it is absolutely insane, and just like I know that probably people who aren't as big of Lashana fans are probably sick of us just constantly praising her, but her character as a whole, who she is and how she defends people constantly, and then the fact that she is so dominant in the challenges, like I can't wait till we get to the episode, because I cannot wait to slaughter this show and destroy the show.
You remember what happens?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I've seen this show many times.
Okay. Gabe and Walsh do not remember what happens.
I'm just saying.
I
I'm just
do
saying.
not remember what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't remember what happened, but I can't wait to listen to you guys.
It's kind of incredible, because I didn't watch every episode, but as a kid I was like, yeah, Lashana's there, but it's more focused on like these few characters, but I don't think I realized just how powerful of a player Lashana was.
Exactly.
How often she won things, and just like how good she was as a character.
Mm-hmm.
And I think looking back now and being able to see with retrospect, like, oh, maybe that character wasn't as good. Lashana is like so good looking back on the original series.
She really is. So each of the groups are talking differently. Bridget has to stay outside of the cabin because she stinks so bad, but she's near the window. Bridget wants to vote out Duncan, and they mentioned that they have to vote as a group because Gwen brings up the fact that, hey, there's a guys' alliance. Bridget wants to vote out Duncan, and Heather brings up voting out Owen. Lindsay agrees to it, but Izzy says, no, I don't want to do that because she has a thing for Owen. And then Heather says something about, like, I'll just, like, cut you at any moment, or something like that. And then Lindsay goes, it's true, she will. and then Heather knocks her nail polish down, and we get the shot of the nail polish spilled on the floor, and the camera coming up like Psycho. Because that was limited edition nail polish. She's never going to get that again. And Lindsay's starting to think that Heather isn't such a nice person at all. She's finally getting it.
It's starting to come around.
What I assumed at this point was that the girls were split for 3 Duncan and 3 Owen.
Yes.
Is what was trying to happen here.
Yeah.
And the guys are discussing to vote Bridget off because they say, hey, Bridget is good at sports. She's athletically talented. She could win a lot of invincibilities. And she's very likable. And if she gets to the end, people will vote for her to win. Because I think they're still thinking about, like, jury type thing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their plan. And in Survivor terms, very solid plan. But Jeff really doesn't want to because, again, they have a thing. And he's like, hey, we could use her. And they're like, no, dude, we really can't. Plus, she really, really reeks right now, which is a weird fucking standard related to Jeff with how much Jeff has fucking stunk this entire show.
But he is a dude, so that means he good.
Oh, right. It's okay if dudes stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jeff even's like, hey, why don't we just vote Heather off? Because she has invincibility.
Yep. Second week in a row.
Yep.
No, it's for the umpteenth time.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
She's been be this whole time. No one could ever take a shot at her because the game didn't allow it.
God.
Yeah.
Just Heather and her unlimited immunities.
Yeah. Truly. No, it's not the character's fault at all.
Nope. So Jeff still doesn't want to vote, but he agrees to it, which means that like if this happens and it's 3 Duncan and 3 Owen, their 4 votes are enough to win, and that's the math that I'm at right now. We cut all the way to where it's just Owen, Duncan, and Bridget who do not have a marshmallow. Owen and Duncan are not happy that they're sitting next to Stinky Bridget. And then Owen gets tossed a marshmallow, and the last one goes to Duncan. And everyone is shocked that Bridget is the one being voted off. And even Chris is, and he knew the answer. He mentions that. Bridget's
Even
heading
I'm
off,
shocked
and
that I knew the answer.
Jeff says he'll miss her, and she's like, so you didn't vote me off? And Jeff's like, no, I would never. And Duncan's like, you didn't. And then they're about to kiss, but Jeff runs away because she just smells so bad, so skunky. And then we cut later. Jeff is tied up outside in his sleeping bag since he didn't vote with the guys. And now I just have to know. No, I have to know what the vote totals were.
Okay.
All right. So
What the fuck happened?
Break it down.
Wait.
Break it down then. Let's
Yeah,
see.
the math doesn't make sense.
Okay. Can I give what I think was what happened?
Yes.
I think that Jeff did vote for Bridget, but lied to her.
That probably makes the most sense.
Yes.
That's what I thought happened, and that's what I thought was happening because of his cadence when he was saying, like, no, I'd never vote for you.
Right.
And but I thought that he did anyway, because of the peer pressure from the other guys. That's why I was so confused seeing Jeff hanging from the tree wrapped in his sleeping bag.
So that could be a thing where he just makes it up, or he's like trying to play that up just so that they don't go later and tell Bridget that he actually voted for her.
Well, but it doesn't make any sense for the game perspective because
Right.
they are gonna now no longer trust you, and you need to be able to play both sides on that and be like, hey, Bridget, by the way, I didn't vote for you, love you, babe, and go to them and be like, oh, yeah, I totally voted for her.
So this is my theory then. So the other 3 guys all voted for Bridget. I think Lashana, Gwen, and Bridget all voted for Duncan. Heather and Lindsay, I almost said Leather and Hinsey, voted for Owen, and then Izzy's vote was for Bridget, and she just kind of threw hers away or did something weird.
Izzy with the 500 IQ.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Jeff's vote was for someone random.
I don't know. To me, it makes the most sense that Jeff voted Bridget, but then lied about it. And then I think just because like he was basically like upstaging their alliance in front of them and making them look flimsy. I don't know.
Yeah, could be either one. That math just really didn't make sense at the end.
No, I still don't think it does because I like. To me, that should have been more clear. I think just early. That's just a poor way of. They didn't really do a good job of portraying what the truth was.
No. All right, and that is the episode. Any final thoughts before we get to ratings?
I mean, I think that we do our final thoughts during our ratings, don't we?
True. Yeah. All right. I'll start out with this one. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it a 5. I didn't like how the challenge was like you could win in so many ways. Obviously, they gave Heather more plot armor. She's doing a lot more to distance Lindsay from herself, which is nice. But the challenge just wasn't that engaging. And then Bridget, who this is her final episode, this is her vote out episode, barely gets any mention, and it's just like, oh, she stinks, so we're gonna vote her out. I wasn't a big fan of that. So, just a combination with the challenge and Bridget being the way she was, like not being a part of this episode. I'll give it a 6. I changed my ratings mid-explanation, but I'll still give it a 6.
I'll go next. I'll go 5. You did. I'm kind of in the same boat. I think it was an average episode. I felt like both back to back, they were all right episodes overall. I didn't hate the challenge. I think like overall it was an interesting challenge in terms of like, you know, the fact that you have someone hunting you down, you have to hide in different ways. I thought it was unique. I don't know if the execution of that challenge was well written, and I think there was a lot of confusion at the end. Kind of this, the idea that like Bridget was this like shocking vote didn't really do, like, it wasn't really, because they told us what they were doing, although the vote count doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I think that was also a big fault of the show as well. But overall, average episode. I didn't remember any of it, and probably for good reason.
Yeah. Maybe Harold did something to them.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm going to give this one a 7.5. I don't know why the last few times, or a few times, I feel like hesitant to give full numbers because it didn't feel like an 8 and it didn't feel like a 7. To me, I enjoyed seeing a lot of these characters bouncing off of one another. I really enjoyed not only like certain characters getting their due, or I guess more so being able to highlight different ones and their strengths, but to really focus on, you know, even though Bridget's the one eliminated, we really get to see Heather and Lindsay's relationship, where it's there, take her, and, like, oh, I don't care about you, and Lindsay kind of slowly realizing. And I think this is also another one where rewatching the series, Lindsay is becoming also one of my favorite characters.
Lindsay's great, yeah.
And slowly but surely for me.
And I think just the excitement for when Lindsay eventually just dunks on Heather, I'm really looking forward to. A lot of the characters worked very well together. I think to me there wasn't too much mathematical confusion. It was more just like, we're just gonna hang you from here because you were just being a simp, and almost like cost us. But other than that, not focusing too much on Bridget, despite it feeling like her final episode, I thought it's 7.5. I'm rambling.
Are you done?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm done. Can you hear me?
Now we can. You were cutting in and out, so we just wanted to let you go because it would show up on the recording.
Yeah, no, I was just saying near the end that I was just rambling on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys can go.
Okay. Gabe?
I'm gonna balance this one out with the last episode. I'm gonna give it a 4.9.
Damn it.
Listen, I gave the previous episode a 5.1, so I'm giving this one a 4.9.
What?
I got it. Yeah.
No, I get it.
I'm waiting
okay.
for when it gets to this is a 4.376.
Actually, this episode
it's
was a 3.7.
Only one decimal point allowed for these ratings. I'm not budging on that.
0.14159.265. Okay, but seriously, I'm gonna give this one a 4.9.
Can we give percentiles?
Because I just think it's kind of average. Like, Lashana and Lashana and Izzy really make the episode for me.
Oh, hell yeah. I forgot about that.
Yes.
But it just feels kind of average. I don't know. It's, it's just kind of average. Plus, like, Bridget being voted off is just kind of unfortunate because I like Bridget, but
yeah,
and just the math for the votes didn't make sense either for me at the time. But
and now,
yeah, and now, but I just thought
Who
this
needs
episode
math?
was average overall. The good didn't necessarily outweigh the bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, your rating. It will not affect the overall episode rating, but I do want to hear your opinion.
This is like one of my favorite episodes of the season, so it's kind of like hard to not be biased, but I'll just say this is like a good 7.5 rating, mainly because
Oh yeah,
Izzy is in her full element. Like this isn't even her final form. Like, like you'll see later in
You're
the
not
season
wrong.
where like things go even
God,
more AWOL for her, and it
y'all aren't ready.
ready for full on Izzy.
Y'all aren't ready.
I
Y'all aren't ready
yes.
for y'all aren't ready for total drama action. Is
like
Oh boy.
the reason why Izzy did not win this challenge this week is because the writers do not want to see her at her full potential. I want
Not yet, at
justice
least.
for Izzy throughout this season because honestly, she should have won every single time. But again, she's playing checkers, not no, she's playing chess, not checkers. Exactly.
Damn right.
Again, we got a Lashana win, so as a Lashana fan, that brings me joy. That brings me excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just like, again, there were flaws from this episode. Yeah, it made sense for Bridget to go, but again, the math did not make sense on the votes. I do believe Bridget did not. No, I do believe Jeff did not vote for Bridget. But also, as like the
Rogue Izzy vote.
But like as we know, of the history of Total Drama Island, they can't count.
Yes,
That's
Correct.
true.
correct.
Their numbers are always wrong. So again, I just wish we could see like more of like a Survivor thing where we see like the contestants vote, so we can just actually
Yeah.
make sense of that.
And they dip into that sometimes. I mean, we saw in the last episode how they we saw some of them vote for Trent, but I don't see the harm in doing that. I mean, yes, you have to constrain it to a 20-minute show, but I don't know. I think that could just help clear some air and maybe like leave like one vote out to just keep the suspense.
Because like even after watching the episode, I was looking at the wiki and I was like, even then they don't even know the votes. Like no one knows the votes. But otherwise, it's a great episode. It has really great foreshadowing for the events about to happen, and honestly, like the events that I'm excited for. Ooh, I just can't wait for everyone else to see that.
It's coming up.
Depending on which version you watch, I prefer the Canadian version.
I'm gonna make sure everyone watches
I
the
feel
Canadian
like
version for this
definitely
one.
pro tip next episode, you have to watch both versions just for the clarity, but Canadian, God tier. The payoff
Yes,
is
yes,
just
for sure.
magnificent in the Canadian version.
Absolutely. We'll get to that when we get to that. I don't want to talk too much about it.
I have one more thing.
Yes.
Going back to Izzy, she technically shouldn't have been gotten out of the game because she wasn't sprayed.
You're right. So maybe she was immune. I don't know.
Like, yeah, they didn't,
They didn't make
it
that
clear.
clear.
Just assumed because
I think they caught what they counted as her being sprayed was the
Yeah,
puddle that
that's
she
what I
slid
assumed.
through.
But
That could be true.
that's kind of reaching.
It is, but I think that
have you heard this show?
yeah,
called
I feel
Total
like the
Drama
I feel like the show comes up with dumb reasons to eliminate contestants,
Yeah.
aka future reference.
See, I was even thinking of it as like if Chef gets you wet, so it was like he's the reason she slips into the water.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Yeah.
That's
that
it
could
is
be
a
true.
stretch. I agree with you, Gabe. It's a stretch, but I think that's
I'm
what
sorry,
they're
my
going
brain
off of.
took like a really bad path after I heard when Chef gets you wet.
Oh no. Let's move on.
These are
Alright.
teenagers.
These are teenagers.
Chef is a legal adult.
And Chef's a gay icon.
Yeah, Chef is a gay icon. Didn't you take the
I
quiz?
did not take the
Yeah.
quiz, but yes, I know that Chef is a gay icon.
Yeah.
with what is it? Internalized
Internalized
homophobia
homophobia from
So-
Oh my god.
because of his
a
upbringing.
non-supportive upbringing.
God.
My goodness.
If you guys haven't listened to our mid-season break,
Oh
it's
god, I was
ridiculous.
getting nauseous.
It's amazing.
I'll be honest. I never get nauseous listening to like. No, that's a lie. Like every time I hear like of just bodily like functions,
Bodily
I
functions.
get nauseous,
Yeah.
and literally, I was in my car gagging.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Like
no.
I just couldn't. And I was like, damn, I have to be on this podcast in like 2 hours.
Look,
Well, we're
it's
glad
not been too bad over the course of the last or this
Yeah,
episode
like
at
this
least.
episode was good. I
Well, we're
wasn't
glad you
here
could
for
join
the
us
brunch
anyway.
Episode, thank God.
Thank
Yeah.
God. All right, so Walsh has something for us before the Rama.
Well, I have something before my something before the Rama.
Oh
But
boy.
Okay.
so first, I know we wanted to talk about like power scaling in Total Drama Island. But
Okay.
I don't know if you guys want to make a full list or we just want to talk about like who our like top contenders are here.
We should say that for another time. We should say that
Yeah?
for a break.
Okay. Then what I am going to have for you guys, I feel like this is a small enough game where I wouldn't save this for a break, and with a guest, I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
So the four of you will be playing. This is a game called Make It Baby, and and we'll go in alphabetical first name order. So write down our Discord chat list. And simple kind of rules. You just have to name a show that's a spin-off of another show where they made a baby. And if you can't think of one, then you can say pass or skip, and whoever gets the most that I will keep track of is my winner.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
And
so
which I'll reveal a secret prize. So on your turn, you have to think of a show where they've made it baby. So it's your Chris would go, and then or whoever, and then it would be your turn. You'd be like, "Oh, Total Drama Rama,"
Okay.
and I will give you a point. So that one is off the table.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Chris, whenever you're ready.
And this could be wrong because I just don't watch a lot of TV. Didn't Looney Tunes do that?
Yes.
Fuck, you took mine.
Okay.
Yes,
Sorry. That is pathetic.
yes, we
called
have
Tiny
baby.
Toons.
I've
No,
yeah,
no. There's a different one.
Baby Looney Tunes. That's a
There's Baby
different
Looney
one.
Tunes.
Oh wait.
I will take certain other versions, like cutesy versions of other shows, but it's, or even if you really want to go crazy where it's like make them adult, I will be the final judge.
Make them teenagers.
Make them teenagers.
I have one then.
Okay, go ahead.
Go right ahead.
All right, all grown up.
There
Yep,
you go.
I'll take
Yep.
it.
A pup named Scooby Doo.
Okay,
Yep.
Muppet Babies.
Yeah. Chris?
I feel like I'm running out already. I feel like they've not done they haven't done. I don't know if they've created a series off of it, but they definitely have done episodes of it. I feel like SpongeBob had a few baby episodes.
No, there is a new series that's coming out called Camp Coral.
I'll
Damn
take that
it.
then.
Which is
Thank
that?
you.
Okay. The new Madagascar show where they're all baby.
Oh, I
Yep,
forgot
Madagascar
about
Babies.
that.
The Flintstones kids.
Yep.
Oh,
Tiny
alright.
Toons. Is that like Baby Looney? Okay.
I'll take it. It's cutesy.
Different show than Baby Looney Tunes.
Yep.
I think I'm starting to run out here, folks.
It's okay. You can skip if you want.
Well, if I skip, I'm out, right? Technically.
No, it'll come back to you.
Okay, I'll skip for now then.
Let's see. Frick. I thought I had one in mind. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip. I have to think some more.
All right, Matt.
There's a new We Bare Bears series.
Yes,
Wee
we baby. Yes,
Wee
we
baby
baby
bears.
bears.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that kind of made sense. Okay, I'm gonna go with a stretch. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with Baby Groot. Does that count? They made it baby. Oh wait, it's not a cartoon.
They
It's
made one
CGI,
baby.
though. I don't know. Thank you.
I'll count it.
Thank you.
Okay.
for
That's
letting
final
me have
judge.
the
I'll count it.
stretch.
All right, but keep the energy going. If you don't have one off the top of your head, skip. All right, Chris.
I'll just keep skipping. I'll concede. I'll concede in this one.
Gabe.
Sonic Underground, because there's a lot of episodes that had to do with them being babies.
I'll take it.
I gotta skip.
Oh my god.
Roberto.
Ooh, yikes. Okay, we can go with Make It Baby if it's like if they age them down again, or if they age them up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Ben 10 reboot because Ben 10 was a teenager and then they put him back to a teen,
God
like
damn
a
it.
kid. I'll take.
it.
Why?
He's now a
Make him
vlogger.
cutesy. Make him baby.
Okay, cutesy.
Okay. How about the new Saved by the Bell reboot where they're adults now?
Not animated.
Oh fuck! All right, well never mind. Skip me.
I do have one. Toy Story 3, when Andy is all grown up and going to college.
I feel like
We're just-
I
no, we're
I
just
feel
talking
like
about
we're
the
going away
progression
from
time.
the point of this.
That just feels like a sequel where time has passed.
Well, yeah, because with all grown up, time has passed.
Yeah, it's true.
But that's not the appeal of the movie.
The whole
Yeah,
appeal
it
of the
is.
movie is that Andy's growing up and the toys are
Okay.
getting donated.
Yeah.
Toys don't age.
You get half a point.
What?
All right, if
All
we're
right,
doing
Matt.
cutesy versions of things, I'm gonna say Teen Titans Go.
All right, that was on my list.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
Roberto.
Monsters University. Right? Thank you.
I'll take it.
I feel like
They were
that's not
adults
in the
and then
spirit
they
of this,
made
but
them
also-
young.
This
spunky
is not
adults.
the spirit of this, but I'll take it.
Yeah, if we're going, if we're
Rules are
entering,
made up. Points
Yeah, like,
don't matter.
if we're okay, so yeah, Monster University that
Fine,
does make
okay, then
sense.
skip
The whole
me.
concept does make sense actually.
Okay.
No, it does. No, it does make sense. No, you got the point. You got the point.
You got the point.
Fuck.
All right, I'm
do
giving
have
you
one.
each one more try.
Yeah, I got nothing, folks.
Well, it's kind of half. Christopher Robin.
There's your other half a point, Gabe.
Cool.
Shit.
All right, Matt.
Hold on.
You can't be looking anything up.
I'm not. Don't accuse me of that shit.
Don't be like me, Matt.
Have you been looking stuff up?
No, I'm prone to doing that kind of stuff. I haven't done it now though.
The song Baby Shark.
What?
What?
They are
Matt,
always
you
Baby
lose
babies.
sharks
half a
and two
point.
babies.
Matt loses half a point.
He loses half a point.
Oh my god,
wow.
let me
Alright, Roberto.
all of my points, because this isn't animated. Young Sheldon.
That was on my list! Roberto, you get 10 points!
Wait, I thought it was supposed to be animated. Yeah.
They made it
Roberto,
baby.
well-
They made it
well,
baby.
They did make
I didn't think
baby.
anybody would get it. I have a list of like 10 things here. You guys got most of them. Some other things on my list was like Baby Tom and Jerry, Clifford's
that was
Puppy
the
Days,
thing.
Oh my
so
god, I
mad.
forgot about Baby Clifford.
Iron Man Armored Adventures, where he was in like high school. And I genuinely couldn't think of any more, so I just wrote Young Sheldon down on my list.
They made it
They
baby.
made it baby.
They
So-
sure made it, baby.
Yeah.
Good job, CBS, you fucking recycling whores.
Wow.
Just the jarring thing
They made
of
it
Young
baby.
Sheldon.
So in the end, we all lost.
In the end,
We all
yes, in the end, we all
and it's
lost.
all because of Young Sheldon.
All right. What does Robbie win?
He wins.
Yes. What do I win?
Roberto, do you think you're safe?
What?
What?
What? What the fuck is happening?
Prepare to be a baby.
Oh no! I didn't know she was
Oh
coming
my
to real
God.
life.
He made
Oh
a
my
baby,
God,
Ray.
now marketable to kids.
The baby-inator.
No.
I'm sorry.
Don't make me
I'm sorry,
marketable
Rob, now
to
you're a baby.
kids.
Okay, you deserve 10 points.
Walsh, please don't turn me into a marketable plushie.
We've lost the plot. Walsh, can you bring us into our actual Dramarama?
How can you possibly bring me lower?
Let's go,
All right.
Dramarama.
This episode, overall, episode 78. It is season 2. It's so weird not using the Wikipedia page. Now I have to use the Total Drama Wiki. Oh no. Why is it not working? No, Wiki, don't do this to me. My laptop has been failing me all day. Oh, did I? I don't remember if I said 77 or 78. The episode was 78. Season 2, episode 28. I'm not even going to try to find the writer because I don't want to keep messing this up. This episode is called Tuba or Not Tuba.
What?
I'm going to send the spelling as in it's TU space BA
Okay.
for tuba or not tuba.
Okay.
Tuba the instrument.
Yes, that's
I
get
thought
it.
it was
Yeah.
like a sheep
I was explaining
thing.
for the
I'm
listening
sorry.
audience. That's what I thought at first.
The class tries to help Chef achieve his dream of joining the world's most famous tuba band, Tubalicious, only to regret it when they realize how much they'll miss him.
Aww.
What the?
They should have called it
Sweet.
too bodacious.
Like they can't even do like sentimental normal.
So
Like
you're telling me this episode is about the kids helping Chef achieve his dreams to only crush them for their own selfish gain?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They're like, wait a minute. No, then he'll leave us.
I want to join a tuba
Fucking-
band.
What does that even
course
sound
you
like?
Delicious.
Oh my god, hold on. Hold on a second. I looked up, I wanted to see if there were any pictures of the tuba band, but I found this picture of Shep.
Is it the picture of him doing a split on stage?
No.
Yeah, no, that was him back in his days of being in a tuba band. He is wearing on his torso a vest and nothing else, and he has like almost like red looking rocker hair. I can't. I also wanted to point out, I don't know if it's on the wiki, but like there are certain things I'm very confused about here. So one thing that I know that this isn't in this episode because the wiki will actually basically show the episode picture by picture with little bits of information of what's happening, as if like the episode is a slideshow.
Mm-hmm.
But then it shows under credits. I feel like this isn't supposed to be here. So this might forgive me. Credits. Duncan has received a package that contains a portable hole, which he uses to escape the daycare. However, when Chef sees this, he opens another package that contains another portable hole, which he places on his desk to grab Duncan out of the hole.
So that sounds like the credits scene.
Yes.
A description of the credits scene.
Yeah, now that you say that, yeah.
A Portal reference in Total Dramarama.
Because Portal created Portal.
Yeah.
All right. So after that Total Dramarama, how do you feel about potentially being a future guest?
Okay, that wasn't a bad
'Cause
Total Dramarama. I've seen worse.
Because our last one quit after the Dramarama.
I forgot about that.
Honestly, I have a what?
Rob,
I
what was
have
your
a tough
confession?
history with Total Dramarama. So like
Okay.
last year, I was in the hospital for a while, and there was nothing on the TV besides either like Fox News or Big Bang Theory. So of course I kept Cartoon Network on like a 24/7 like loop, and I would catch episodes of Total Dramarama, and I don't know if it's like the desperation of being stuck, but I enjoyed some episodes.
You know
Did-
what?
That's
I
great.
totally understand that.
Did Total Dramarama
Yes,
Stockholm Syndrome?
I did
you?
get Stockholm Syndrome by Total Dramarama and Teen Titans Go. I will say Gumball is good.
Well, look, if I had a choice any day
Gumball
of
is
watching
good.
Fox News, Big Bang Theory, or Total Dramarama, give me Total Dramarama
Like,
any fucking
absolutely.
day.
I didn't
Absolutely.
have the time to be jarred
See,
at the concept. I accepted it from the get-go.
Yeah, I get it.
It was either that or like Fox News. But yeah, just seeing that the episodes do get worse and worse. I'm so glad that I never have to be forced to watch Total Dramarama again.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's-
It's
Totally.
pretty bad.
Especially after
It's,
that like mid-season episode, I could not. I
Honest question for the group. I know that we're running over time a little bit, but I'm just out of curiosity, like, because of the horrid display that they're showing, if they did a regular Total Drama season again, would you give it
yes.
a shot?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I would do it. Even that's how much this show has sucked us in, just to be like, all right, we gotta see what they at
when
least
I
do
was
this time.
looking
Yeah.
for the episode on YouTube, literally I found someone who was doing like their own fan-made reboot where it's like 15 years after Total Drama.
Oh my God.
Island.
I saw that. It was like reunited.
Reunion.
And I'm just like,
Reunion, yeah.
someone
Yeah.
made sense for a reboot. Whoever is in charge of like the Total Drama domain needs to get like fired and just hand over the credits to whoever is making that series.
Yeah.
I remember I was like,
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No, I remember I was like following the channel. They held like they put out a video like asking for people to send in auditions. I regret not doing it.
Yeah. Okay, so just real quick, this is the little cliffhanger here because I'm pretty sure I can no longer have it because it's on like a really old laptop that I'm pretty sure is gone now. But when I was super into Total Drama, I created Total Drama fanfiction via PowerPoint, but the characters were all cartoon or just other characters from shows that I watched. And I fucking wish I still had it, because that would be Excellent. A great thing to look back on.
I do have a YouTube video somewhere that is my own Total Drama Island elimination order, which we could go into someday as well.
Wait, what do you mean your own? Like, if, like...
Like, my, like, who I wanted to win, and then the order past that. So, like, worst to first, essentially.
Hey, Matt. How far does Tyler get?
You don't want to know.
Oh.
So since this is a safe space, I'll just admit it. Back earlier when I was talking about Total Drama Island OCs, there was like this thing where you can do on YouTube where you just auditioned and made your own OCs for Total Drama Island and basically roleplay week by week. And I did it. And the sole reason why I got eliminated was because I got grounded and I couldn't participate in that week's challenge.
Oh my god!
No!
Like, literally, I went back to my computer and I looked at all of my messages and they're like, why haven't you uploaded this week's challenge? And I was like, oh crap.
Total, on My Sims Wiki, which is a website I used to be on all the time, that they used to do a lot of Total Drama roleplay stuff, and so that reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
all right. Well, this is Robbie. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. Congratulations to you right now, currently listening to yourself in the future. Just want to freak out your future self in case you forget this conversation.
Like, literally just flash forward to me in the car listening, and I'm just, like, having, like, a complete, like, panic moment. Like, wait a minute.
and now you're hearing yourself narrate your panic moment, and it's
and then I start, like, shitting on the LIU. Let's go. Just an unfortunate chain of events happening right now.
Hang in there, Rob. Hang in there.
You can do it. Remember, this happened in the past. You already recorded it. This has been the Doc and Shame podcast. This has been the Doc and Shame podcast. Go join a tuba band. We'll see y'all next time. The Doc of Shame podcast is brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter @Doc of Shame and find more of our work at Team Chaos Pod.